Hello, I'm Sureka Amerasinghe. Welcome to my Rig Rundown. The first time that I realized that music was something I always wanted to do was actually when I was 4 years old, and there was an invitation for a member of the audience to come and play a keyboard instrument, and I just felt that that was for me. And I went up there, and I hadn't started lessons, but I remember playing Come Back Liza, and I thought it was something that everyone did, just like how everyone talked and walked. So music it's definitely very much a part of me and a part of my life, and I've never been able to, live one day even or a minute without it. I would say definitely my mother, because she absolutely loved music, and though she hadn't learnt music, she had the appreciation for all the little details and could play by ear. And all of my teachers in Sri Lanka and abroad, and my very musical relatives and friends. And of course, when it comes to composers, it would be Beethoven, my pal. Because I think he's not just a classical musician. If he lived today, he would be, I think, even playing hard rock and, playing some of the most hardcore rock or jazz or anything like that. So he is my pal and my influence too. Well, I'd say my future plans are my plans right now, what it is today and what it always has been, and that is to keep practicing, because I think when you practice and are prepared, opportunities happen. Sometimes we think that an opportunity has to come for us to be prepared for something, and I'm just so grateful being in Sri Lanka that I've been able to play classical music with orchestras and jazz music with the most amazing jazz players, fusion with people who play Eastern music, people at the top of their fields. And also it's taken me to other countries and to different cultures. So I just want to be able to collaborate with everyone, and I also want to continue to promote and collaborate with my past students as well as my present students and the future, who are the future of music, because there's so much talent out there, and it's important for us to get together and make music. So this is the Western flute, and it's actually an instrument that you get different types of flutes in every culture, and it's one of the oldest instruments that have been there since like 35,000 years ago. And it's what I love to play, and I'm going to play you a little bit of Mozart. So the flute took me to lots of different countries and to different musical planes, and I just showed you from Mozart to a little bit of Mission Impossible, which has something called extended techniques, where we have percussive sounds, we have a little bit of beatboxing, and so all of these worlds of music can be found just in this instrument. And now I have a couple of interesting ethnic instruments here. I've been lucky enough to have friends, who go to different parts of the world. They've brought me these. This is from a friend who went to Peru, and it's a pan flute. And this is a sound you'll find in the Andes in South America. And this is also from South America, a smaller panpipe. And this is called the ocarina, and it's from the Caribbean. A friend of mine was doing a piano recital on a Caribbean cruise ship, and she brought me this. And this is a little flute that someone brought from India. I don't know whether it has a name, but it sounds very much like a bird. And here's the first instrument that I ever formally learned, the recorder, and I'm sure a lot of you do learn it too. But by the age of 10, I had finished learning all my major, minor, everything, all my scales, and the basics of music I learned through this wonderful instrument, and it's very dear to my heart. And here's a little part of a concerto. Do you hear that? That's two different notes. This is called angklung, and it's from Indonesia. And there are even angklung choirs and orchestras. So that's another exotic percussion instrument. A friend of mine went to Ireland and then saw the Irish penny whistle, and they thought they had to bring that back for me, which is very kind of them. And here's a little bit of this. So I always wanted to learn a string instrument also, so that I could understand, lovely orchestral scores and music. And it always brings a smile to my face. And I love the violin as well. And I wish I could spend more time with it, but I think, well, the instruments sometimes take over. So that was Chopin, the poet of the piano. And as you can see, the piano is kind of like my therapist as well. When you're angry, you can play angry stuff. And when you're feeling calm, you have stuff for that as well. And I think it covers every mood. And sometimes, it can be your full orchestra, your choir, and even your rock band. So I even like to play a little bit of Michael Jackson or some jazz on the piano. So if it's jazz, it would be like. And I could even sing a little bit and play. Gonna take a sentimental journey. And then I could do something like Michael Jackson. If you want to learn an instrument, you need to have good guidance. And YouTube stuff and all of that is good, but always try to meet someone who has excelled in that field and set aside time to practice and be disciplined. Respect everyone. Let's respect all styles and all people, and respect the moments and the resources you have. Don't think of what you don't have. Always think of what you can have and what you can do with it. So on that note, I think even all my instruments are like people, and all the people in choirs and orchestras and everyone we meet, we nourish one another, and we must always uplift and celebrate life. And that is what music is about, because life is short. And maybe all get together and just move forward in positivity. Every person makes a difference, and the change starts with each and every one of us.